Hello everyone, I'm CoolGuy, welcome back. Today's a super quick video, at least I'm going to try to make it short. I played a good amount of Trials these past couple weeks. There's a weapon that I don't really see anyone talking about. If it has been talked about, I missed it. As I was playing, I never saw it used on my team or on any of the enemy teams in the past couple weeks. And this past weekend, it kind of popped up in my mind. I wondered how well it would work. I pulled it out of my vault, and when I used it, I did go flawless all the way to the lighthouse. And using it for that card really confirmed my thought process for why you would want to use it. It's a pulse rifle. You might be thinking Vigilance Wing, maybe Outbreak, and both of those are really good when used in packs when 2 or 3 players are using it, but the weapon I'm talking about is Redrix's Broadsword. We all know it's super lethal and it kind of gets put on the back burner at times, especially with meta shifts. But with how this weapon works, with its perks, how these games are being played with the meta, it's a real contender in Trials, in my opinion. It's a real sleeper. I want to give a quick rundown, the reasoning why this can work so well and why it does work so well. I wouldn't steer you wrong, like I'm going to be using it on certain maps. I use it on Anomaly of all places. So I want to talk about it and I want you to think about if it's a possible option for you. I found that Hardlight, Suros, and overall most 600 legendary auto rifle users, they're playing fairly confident right now to the point of near careless. And when you play Trials, it's 3v3, there is rushing, there is waiting, sometimes you get into 1v1, sometimes you're team shooting, and sometimes you clean up. Redrix and high impact pulses have a TTK of 0.67 seconds. It's faster than most weapons, it's faster than the 600 ARs. When you get Desperado working, you have a melt machine in your hands. It's a 0.47 TTK with Desperado active. I'm gonna get back to that in a moment. Redrix has advantages to it. The effective range for Redrix, depending on what role you have, you start getting fall off at about 37.5 meters on a low ranged one, and if you stat it out with really high range, like with let's say full bore, range masterwork, it can get out there to 41, 42 meters before you start seeing the fall off. Suros is effective about 30 meters and in. Most legendary 600s are around that distance. Some can reach up to about 33 meters, 35 with like a long zoom scope. Hardlight is obviously the interesting one. Though it hits max damage, it still will suffer accuracy penalties at about 35 meters. And beyond 35 meters, it starts getting more severe with its accuracy issues, starts missing shots that look like they should have landed, things like that. And I found that these AR players, they want to duel you at those ranges, and when they do, you're gonna have the upper hand with Redrix and pulse rifles and scouts. And with Redrix, even within their effective range, you can still outduel them. So at 30 meters and out, you're feeling pretty good. With a pulse rifle, the damage drop off works a tad different. So Redrix does 34 to the head, which by the way, the actual damage number is 33.6. It's rounded to 34 in game. The body damage is 21. So if you're hitting 34 damage at, let's say, 39 meters, the moment you get to 40 meters, it's going to drop down to 33 damage per headshot. But it's going to hold that 33 damage per bullet for about 2 to 3 meters, 3.5, 4 meters as you're stepping back. Then it's going to drop down to 32. It's going to keep that damage for 2 to 3, 3.5 meters, and so on. Not to mention, you're in Trials of Osiris, if you're higher light and you start doing 35 or 36 per bullet at the start, it gives you like 6 to 8 meters within effective range to be able to two-burst someone. You're at mid-range, like right here, you're looking for picks. And why I found it works so well is that the moment that you win a duel, or the moment you get a cleanup, Outlaw's gonna come on the screen, you can delay that reload for 3 to 4 seconds, and that's delaying Desperado, or you can reload right then and there if you need it. You can do different things. So say you do win a 1v1, or you get a cleanup, it's now a 3v2, you're the one hunting. Most teams are coming to that body that was just dropped. You're going to them, they're coming to you, you're gonna have a procced Redrix. Or let's say maybe you kind of find one of your enemies is a little bit further from their team. You win a 1v1 or you get the headshot final blow. You start running and move a little bit, delaying that reload. You locate where they are, get the reload, get Desperado, and again, go start hunting. Maybe everyone's really close together, you get the final headshot, you get the fast reload, and just start going in there to lay down heavy damage for you and your team if you're all rushing. On the reverse end, if you have 2 alive and they have 3, or even if you're in a 3v1, you're the one, you can get that headshot final blow. You have that little time frame to make a decision if you need to reload it right then and there for your next opponent, or possibly wait a couple seconds, then get the reload to be ready for the engagement that's getting ready to happen. I had a great experience with it. Redrix really exceeded what I thought it would do, and it comes down to it just working very well in 3v3 elimination. So I would say, give it a spin in your next gaming session, like pull it out in quick play, see how it's dueling in the current sandbox, and you can get a feel for it. You're gonna get into 1v1s versus Hardlight and Suros, you can kind of judge how well it's doing for you. So I just wanted to remind you that it's there and it's waiting. You can make some big plays with it. So there's gonna be more content this week. Good luck in your cards this weekend. Thank you for watching, and until the next one, I am CoolGuy.